Alright, so let's talk about weeds. And I'm going to talk about my least favorite weeds in the garden. Right here, this is called lamb's quarters. And this is maybe my absolute least favorite because it's really hard to pull. You have to get way down near the bottom in order to get the roots up. And it breaks really easily. So you usually have to come back a bunch of times. Once you break it off, you can't grab onto it. It's kind of it gets pretty tall. You can see this guy over there. That's a lamb's quarters. And it just really loves my garden. Then there is, let's see if I can find another one, pigweed. And I don't mind pigweed. It's actually really easy to pull. There's a lamb's quarters. Pigweed is this guy right here. It pulls out by the roots pretty easy. This one's pretty small. Here's a bigger one. It has a pretty straight, easy to pull out root. So that one's not too bad. It also grows pretty darn tall. I like to do the weeding after I've watered or after it's rained. It kind of softens up the ground a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to pull. Then the ever popular Canada thistle, Canadian thistle, which also sometimes won't pull up by the roots. What else was there? Grass, and I can't remember what kind of grass this is. It's okay to pull up. It's got a pretty shallow root system. Basically, my thing is if it's easy to pull up, then it probably wasn't a weed. Oh, I also got these guys here, which I'm going to have to get back to you on the name of those because I can't remember it. Right here. They get super tall. They get these crazy looking seed pods on them. I can never remember their name. It's like Chinese something or, gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, not too hard to pull out. But they grow super fast and get really tall. That's kind of the main few weeds that I have to deal with here. But I have a lot of lamb's quarters to deal with today. And it's pretty warm out. I suppose you could call the common milkweed a weed if you don't want it in your garden. I'm actually pulling it out of my corn patch just because it gets really tall and shades the corn a lot. But yeah, here's one. It's kind of next to impossible to completely eliminate. Each stalk pulls out. Pretty simple. It does break off, unfortunately. When it does pull out, it pulls out here's one, in a nice straight. But underneath, the roots go forever. You can see they all kind of grow in a line or a cluster because it's a one big root system underneath. So when you pull it up, you're not actually getting the whole root system, you're just getting that one plant. But it makes it fairly easy to at least maintain. But here's the one I don't know what this one is. That's another semi-difficult one to pull up. I've already weeded this bed more or less, so it's not too hard. But and I usually leave my weeds in the garden unless they've seeded, just because I figure it provides a little bit of mulch, a little bit of protection from the future weeds. But that's weeds.